re-establish and change how they grade bronze coins.
Well, they're far too general anyway. I mean, a 5-point scale is way too general for something that as old as ancient.
Well, they need an artistic scale, for one. That would be much more important. I think that instead of saying smooth or tooled, they should just downgrade the surface and be done with it. They don't need
just
to
give it a
mention
numerical surface grade. And then it's like instead of having a 5-point scale, you've got a good 30 or 40 that you can choose from. So you can better describe the coin. You can talk about surfaces in a different term, and you can talk about other things, corrosion, etc.
I think because there's such a hyper-active view of the grade that, yes, you need to describe smoothing or tooling, but maybe don't describe smoothing, but mention tooling, because tooling's definitely creating something that doesn't exist anymore, where smoothing is just part of the cleaning process.
Yeah, it's just smoothing out the surface rather than making a design.
Right.
Oh, I remember. It's defined. The whole idea of fine style, could be a set of grades all to itself. What is the artistic grade?
Yeah, and I just think okay, there's a better way to handle really rare coins. Like some of the usurpers, they always come really rough. None of them ever come high grade in silver. They're really poorly made because the usurpers didn't last. They didn't produce a lot. They were usually with crummy die cutters. And so you're never going to get a high grade on one of those, but it doesn't mean that one that is really rough might be the finest known because it's less rough than most, but it will never get a high designation because they're so focused on the grade that they miss the boat on the rarity factor.
Right.
So, maybe there should be a rarity level, an artistic level. I think that ancient coins is so much more than just grade. And I guess that's my point. But I do think they need to have a artistic scale. And
I agree.
I think that would, especially in the argument that we've made in the past about Alexander the Great, you have really poor dies, poorly carved dies, and you have great dies. Mm-hmm. And you might have that poorly carved die that's really, really spectacular grade, but the lower graded one has better artwork is actually worth more.